Let's hit the latest on the meme trading. Bed Bath & Beyond shares tanking right now after filings revealed Ryan Cohen has sold his entire stake in the company. This caps a dizzying stretch for the stock. Investors began piling back into Bed Bath & Beyond this month after filings revealed that Cohen had previously bought shares. They thought he was adding to his options this week, but the truth is he hasn't purchased any new securities in the company since that March buy. The confusion was because the company's buybacks increased his stake from 9.8% to 11.8%, triggering a filing this week. Joining us is former SEC Chair Harvey Pitt. He is currently CEO of Kalorama Partners. Harvey, is there a case for the SEC to look into here?
Oh, I definitely think so. I think there's a real question about whether there was an intent here to use the meme provisions that he has made so famous and benefit as a result of selling shares when people thought he was buying.
In other words, market manipulation? Is that what they'd be looking into?
I think they would look into market manipulation. I think they might look into general fraud provisions as well. The difficulty with market manipulation is they have to prove intent. So there would be an investigation to see exactly what his internal emails and discussions showed. But in my view, this is definitely a case for governmental review.
How does this sort of thing happen? It feels like the Wild West, and this is not a new phenomenon, meme trading. We dealt with it last year.
It's a phenomenon that was built on Ryan Cohen's success at taking certain securities and turning them into winners and being followed. GameStop was a good example of that. So having developed this reputation, he in effect gets the benefit when people see that he is now into it, and he's using his bulletin boards to basically tout what his investments are. And that's the kind of thing that creates a form of reliance on the part of unsuspecting investors.
Beyond, though, the Ryan Cohen suspicions that you have here and the question marks that the SEC has to look into, you know, it goes well beyond that. AMC, some of these other stocks as well. GameStop, obviously, there's a Cohen connection there. But do you expect to see action, enforcement action from the SEC to prevent these sort of things from happening?
I think there's a likelihood that there'll be some enforcement action, but I also think it's possible that the SEC will consider rulemaking. The problem you have is that for some people, this looks like it's a game, and it looks like it's a way for them to pad their own earnings by getting unsuspecting investors to follow along with them.
You're talking about for the companies?
I'm sorry?
You're talking about for the companies? Would the companies have the blame here?
I think that the blame is really on people who are using social media and others to tout their investments, to obtain a following on the part of unsuspecting investors, and then have the rug pulled out from under them by simply dumping their securities. With respect to the companies themselves, I think Bed Bath & Beyond had made it quite clear that it was in dire straits. So it was only Ryan Cohen's efforts that actually started a market movement in favor of Bed Bath & Beyond.
But that's not illegal, is it?
It's going to be hard to show that it's illegal. Social media is being used. We have the First Amendment, which is a serious issue. But what is illegal is when people publicize their stock transactions and their likes and dislikes for the purpose of getting others to follow suit. That is illegal.
Got it. Harvey, this is one's to be continued. Thanks for joining us with some perspective here.
My
Harvey
pleasure.
Pitt, former SEC chair.